New. Letitia James lashes out, rejects special counsel's olive branch. Letitia James, one of the worst attorney generals, state attorney generals in our country, try to take down Trump. She ran for AG on the platform of getting Trump by any means, by any cost. So she set this whole thing up, made up charges on Trump to try to take him out the game, and it didn't work. And come to find out, she is as evil as they come because she done her own dirt, and now she's being held accountable for it. And it's wonderful to see. So we're gonna talk about it, but before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon. That's where I talk about things that I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my X account, so follow me there as well. All right, so let's get into this news. Now, this comes from Trending Politics News, and they report that Ed Martin, the leader of the Trump led Justice Department's leader in investigating government weaponization and special counsel in the mortgage fraud investigations into New York Attorney General Letitia James and Senator Adam Schiff, warned James that the investigation will be heating up after she refused to accept Martin's olive branch. Martin sent a letter to embattled Attorney General urging her um, to resign from office as an act of good faith 4 days after he was appointed as special counsel. He then traveled to James' Brooklyn residential property, which is at the center of the probe, and conducted a personal inspection. In the letter, dated August 12th, Martin told James' high profile attorney, Abby Lowell, that the lawmaker would best serve the quote, good of the state and nation by resigning. Such a move would end his probe into alleged mortgage fraud surrounding the Brooklyn property and an additional home in Virginia, the letter noted, according to a report from the New York Post. Quote, her resignation from office would give the people of New York and America more peace than proceedings. The special counsel wrote, I would take this as an act of good faith. Lowell, whose hefty price tag is being paid by New York taxpayers, responded to Martin's letter on Monday by accusing him of violating the DOJ's code of ethics. But let me ask, this is a personal case. It has to do with your housing fraud. Why does the city of New York have to pay for that? Why does the state of New York have to pay for that? I don't get it. Why does New York taxpayer have to foot the bill for her crimes? It makes no sense. If I was a New Yorker, I'd be upset. But the attorney wrote that the DOJ, quote, has firm policies against using investigations um, and against using prosecutorial power for achieving political ends, adding, quote, this is ever more the case when that demand is made to seek political revenge against a public official in the opposite party. Are you serious? Isn't that not what she did to Trump? Right? Quote, let me be clear, that will not happen here, Lowell added. The attorney who recently represented Hunter Biden further accused Martin of staging a quote for media stunt outside of James's home and claimed the inspection violated Justice Department rules. So really, remember when uh what's his name? Oh, I can't think of the guy name. Slips my mind. White hair guy. He got hit, the CNN was sitting outside of his house before the FBI came and knocked down his door to arrest him. Gosh, I can't remember his name right now. It escapes me. Old school Republican. But anyway, um, Martin visited the Clinton Hill brownstone a week after he was appointed by Attorney General Pam Bondi to head up mortgage fraud investigations into Schiff and James. Grand juries in Virginia and Maryland are currently weighing criminal indictments against both Democrats, respectively, over allegations that they fraudulently valued their properties in order to gain more favorable loan terms. James' Brooklyn property at 296 Lafayette Avenue is listed as a 5-unit dwelling, but James has been accused of misrepresenting the building on mortgage applications, building permits, and filings for government assistance. On all documents, she listed the property as having only 4 units. The alleged misrepresentation allowed her to apply for loans with lower down payments and lower interest rates through Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, which are only offered for residential properties with 4 or fewer units. James, who campaigned on prosecuting Trump by any means necessary, previously secured a highly controversial civil fraud judgment against Trump and his business organization in 2022. Remember, she charged him with fraud, but no one with no one being defrauded, right? The banks got their money. They didn't feel like fraud was committed, but James did, right? A jury ruled in the highly controversial verdict that the president's Mar-a-Lago estate in Palm Beach, Florida, was only worth 18 and $35 million, which is ridiculous if you look at other surrounding properties. Trump and his organization is currently appealing the verdict, while the real estate experts have admitted the property is worth well over $400 million. Talking about undervalued, right? These people are despicable. So I hope she get what she deserves. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Leave y'all comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe. And check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.